Welcome to another episode of Math Snacks with Miss Lovely and Miss Wonderful. Today's episode is on measurement.
Miss Wonderful, I would like for you to do a little measurement for me today. But first I want to see exactly what you know about measurement.
I like to measure things.
Great. I would like for you to first draw me what you think an inch looks like and what you think a centimeter looks like.
Oh, an inch is easy. It's like an inchworm. My teacher taught me that it's between my knuckles here is about an inch. So this must be about an inch.
Okay.
And a centimeter, I know it's tinier.
Okay.
I think it's like that.
You think it's about that long?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to label those so that we can remember which one's which?
Sure. This is my inchworm. And this is my centimeter.
Okay, great. Well, I am going to give you a non-standard ruler that is an inch long. You want to compare
How is that a ruler?
Well,
It looks like a square to me.
It looks like a square, doesn't it? But one side of the square is an inch long. You want to check it?
Can I check it on my measurement?
Sure. Ooh, you are almost spot on. That's excellent estimation.
Thank
Would
you.
you like to check to make sure that I'm telling you the truth?
Yes.
Okay. What would you need in order to check that?
A ruler.
Okay, there you go. Have a ruler.
Okay. And if I line up my ruler, it is an inch.
It is an inch.
Is it an inch?
On
It is, because it's a square.
It's a square, so all four sides should be an inch long. Okay?
Told you I was good at estimating.
You are.
And measuring.
Now I'm going to give you a non-standard ruler that's a centimeter long. Here, oh, can you find it in my gloves?
Oh, it's kind of hidden there.
It's hidden in there. There it is.
That's not a square, that's a cube.
Well, that's true. It is a three-dimensional figure, so it's a cube. But again, each side of it, each length of the side is a centimeter long.
Whoa, I wasn't so good on that one.
Well, but we're not as used to, in the United States, we're not as used to metric measurements, so it's a little harder to estimate because it's not something that we use all the time.
Can I fix it?
Unless we're in science. Sure.
It's like double that length.
There you go. Perfect. Okay.
There we go. But can I check it with the ruler too?
Sure.
I measured my inch on the inch side, so I got to flip it over to get to my, they say millimeters.
Well, the millimeters are the very smallest
I'm
ones.
going to hold
the
it
very
up so we can
tiny
see
ones.
it. Whoa.
And where it's numbered 1,
Uh-huh.
that's where you need to measure.
Okay.
And there's your centimeter.
No matter which side I look at it, it is a centimeter.
It is.
Okay.
Now we're going to do some activities using those measurements, but we're going to stick with standard measurement today and just use the inches.
Okay.
Okay?
Do I need this anymore?
No, not right now. Okay. You like tossing stuff out of
I
here.
do.
Okay, I would like for you to take 5 color tiles, excuse me.
Does it matter what color?
Any color you'd like. I know you like to make patterns and things like that, so you can choose any color. Because, look at them. Are they the same in length?
They are the same in length.
Okay, so you have 5 of them. So from what we just determined a minute ago about the length of the side of each of those color tiles, how many inches long do you think that row is?
1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inches.
Would you like to check that with the ruler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotta go back.
Gotta line it up.
Okay.
Line her up. 5.
5 inches. Yay! It still works.
It does.
Our logic is working well. What happens if I change from measuring like I've seen you do now 2 or 3 times, from the end of the ruler, which would be our 0 measurement? What if instead of lining it up like that, I decided to line it up from the 2?
Well, why would you do something silly like that?
Well, actually, it's something that is a very common practice amongst carpenters and people that work with tools a lot. A lot of times, have you ever heard the phrase burn an inch?
Nope. Never heard that one.
Never heard burn an inch.
Nope.
Well, in real life, a lot of times a carpenter's tape measure at the very end, you know how it gets really used so much that it gets really jaggedy and broken off? Well, then they don't know exact, and if they need to be very exact, they don't know where the end of the tape measure really would be.
Okay.
So a lot of carpenters start at that 1 inch measurement. So I could have asked you to start at the 1.
Okay.
Okay, so if you start at the 1, how long is that row of color tiles now?
6 inches.
So those color tiles grew?
Well, it says 6 right here.
It does end on the 6 now, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
But did the color tiles change in any way?
No.
No, they didn't change anyway. So how long did you tell me they were a minute ago?
2, 3, 4, 5 inches.
5 inches. So are they still 5 inches long?
But it ends on 6.
It
I can double check though.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're still telling me 6.
I'm still telling you it's 6.
Because here you started with what number?
1.
But had you really measured any distance at that point?
Well, that one is that one.
That one is that one, but it's not 1 until you've gone from here to here.
Okay.
Okay, so we've burned this first inch, so it's like it's not really there. So really, the distance is what we would call an elapsed distance. It's when we go from the 1 to the 2.
It's the spot in between.
It's the space in between.
Not the lines. It's the spaces in between.
Right. So now, if you count the spaces, there's a 1 space, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that length didn't really change, did it? It's still 5 inches long.
So I want to try measuring some other things.
Okay.
Can I measure my marker?
Sure.
And I can put it anywhere.
Start from the 3.
Start from the 3. There's the 3.
Right.
I'm going to start from the 3. Oh, it's not going to be an exact amount, but it's close to a half.
Okay.
So if I start at 3, I go 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5.5 inches. But I want to double check.
Okay.
I'm not quite so sure about this yet, Miss Lovely.
Look how close you were, though. There you go. So
I want to measure something else.
Okay.
Just double check. I'm going to put it anywhere.
And this one, I think you could actually use your color tiles for again. Because look how close it is to being exact.
According to the color tiles, it should be 2 inches long.
Uh-huh.
If I look here, I've got 2 inches. You know what? I just thought of something.
What?
I wonder if I take 11 minus 9, I get 2.
Uh-huh.
If I come over here, it goes from 4 to 6. If I take 6 minus 4, I get 2.
Right.
And if I measure from 6 to 8, I still get 2.
Yep.
So the numbers on the rulers are only work to read them if you're starting at the very end.
Exactly. Otherwise, you're looking at space because you're looking at
Numbers instead of the spaces.
Yeah, you need to be looking at the spaces because it's kind of like when we look at a clock.
Okay.
When we measure with a clock.
Oh, I forgot to get to throw them.
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we measure with the clock, we're measuring elapsed distance. It's circular instead of straight, but it's the same kind of thing. If I wanted to measure the time from 4 o'clock, which is where it's set now, to 6 o'clock, we don't count 1, 2, 3 hours. We count the space in between, the elapsed time.
All the way.
It would go 1, 2 hours. So it's elapsed time. Well,
elapsed measurement
is like elapsed distance. Same way with if we were measuring with a vertical number line. With temperature.
A thermometer.
Sure, with temperature. It's just a vertical number line. If it was moving from 20 degrees to 60 degrees...
I would go 20, here's 20, here's 60. If I do what I did on the ruler and do 60 minus 20, it should be 40.
That's right.
And I'm going to try it here. Let's see. Oh, I'm confused. This is actually a 30 in here. Oh, it's on the other side.
It's on the other side.
So there's 10, 20, 30, 40.
Perfect.
40 degrees.
Works perfectly.
Wow.
It's the space in between, not the numbers themselves.
Great. Now I know I'm good at measurement now, thanks to you, Miss Lovely.
Good job. Give me 5. Woo!
Woo! Thank you for joining us in another episode of Math Snacks with Miss Lovely and Miss Wonderful. Join us again.